Good morning, everyone. This is registered dietitian Jason Hunter here, and today we're going to talk about the new government guidelines in regards to what they're kind of promoting in regards to how everyone should be eating now. So for years there was always the food pyramid and eating a wide variety of colorful foods and things like that, and they didn't get into too many details. They actually talked about limiting protein and a lot of things. Well, obviously science, even though had come out years ago in regards to debunking some of what the government was trying to send out as good, healthy information to help people thin down, and reduce their waistline, the government wasn't catching up. Well, they in the last few years started catching up a little, but they're actually still behind the times a little in regards to some of the details. And this is where it might actually be hurting people in regards to trying to get healthier and decrease that waistline. So we're going to talk a little bit about that today. So they went to what was called the ideal plate. And I have kind of a representation of a plate here. And they broke it up into 4 sections. So they had protein, carbs, fruits, vegetables. Well, for those that with carbs that maybe have digestive issues, or they feel that too many grains are disruptive to their health, then this ideal plate format isn't going to work. And they don't really go into details on how to correct that. They also talk about just eating, carbohydrates and starches. Well, why not say eat all 100% whole grains? Because if they don't eat all that, they could do pastas and other, cereals, things like that that are processed starches. Really messes with the blood sugars and so forth. So, they need to come out with a little more detail on. They need to make this 100% whole grain, like barley and whole grain rice and things like that. And then there is some decent science that's showing that maybe we need to cut back on the fruits we eat and increase vegetable intake because of its more calorie dense, more vitamins and minerals, less calories, again, less impact to your blood sugar levels. Same with protein, increasing the amount of protein that you should be eating. So this whole ideal plate method is a step in the right direction, but it's not what I would call the ideal plate. And we didn't even talk about dairy. If I had a glass here, I'd hold it up, but people that are sensitive to cow's milk and so forth can't even drink dairy. Well, the USDA, the government, really promotes that. So again, they're not giving alternative solutions to people that maybe cannot follow this ideal plate method. And what I would do, and what I've done with a lot of my clients, is I've changed this ideal plate just a little. So what we're going to do here, if I can get this tape off, we changed some. So protein, a little larger protein. And again, where the government fails in this part is they don't tell you what types of proteins to eat. So you could be getting protein from processed hot dogs and other processed meats, but that's not really helping you improve your health. Yes, you're getting in some protein, but you're also getting in a lot of other preservatives and other things you really don't need. So focusing more on fish and lean beef and chicken, things like that, are going to get you a higher quality ideal plate, help you reach those ideal body weight goals faster. Then we cut out the carbs. So now there's less carbs. Again, you're going for a whole grain, but there's less of them. Vegetables, much larger vegetables, maybe almost a 2-to-1 ratio to fruit, right? And again, that's because of all the vitamins and minerals you're getting, all the health benefits, especially if you do non-starchy vegetables and like broccoli and kale and Brussels sprouts. There's a lot of vegetables that people are touting as superfoods now because of some of the science that are showing all the amazing benefits of those types of vegetables. So this is how my ideal plate would look like. I would have protein here, whole grain, carbs here, larger portion of vegetables, smaller portion of fruit. And this is what I pretty much teach to my clients in regards to reaching that ideal body weight, helping reduce that waistline. The government's ideal plate method, like I said, they're on the right track, but they need to go into a lot more details in regards to what types of proteins, what happens if you cannot consume dairy, what happens if you have digestive issues in regards to certain starches and things like that, as well as shifting that ideal plate a little to where you're getting in more vegetables, you're getting in more real lean protein and not processed protein and so forth. So hope you like this little nutrition quickie today on what your ideal plate should look like. At the link in this post, there's actually about 7 or 8 more tips you can implement into your meal plans to reach this ideal plate that I've described here. And I hope you enjoy it. Let me know what you think about the article when you read it, as well as the 8 tips in there in creating your ideal plate. Again, this is registered dietitian Jason Hunter. I'll be back soon with another nutrition quickie.